Good evening and welcome to Game 4 of the 2023 IBL Finals between the Welland Jackfish and the Barrie Baycats. We're at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater Township with Julius, Hern, and Sam McCoy. I'm Ben Davy. Well, the Jackfish found themselves swimming upstream after two very close losses to the Baycats to open this series, 4-3 in Game 1 and 5-3 in Game 2. Last night in Welland, however, Julius, a very different story as the offense exploded for the Jackfish in a 13-1 victory, sending the Baycats a very clear message that they plan to make this a series.
Yeah, there's very good reason that the Welland Jackfish won the IBL pennant this year. They scored early and often. A 3-run home run by Sam Cocker in the first inning got started for them. Jeffrey Nunez for the Baycats didn't survive the second inning, leaving the game a 5-0 score after the second. Jackfish bats didn't let up, a 13-1 victory, and tonight the Baycats go back to their Game 1 starter, Frank Garces, to control the damage.
He is the ace of the Baycats pitching staff, and to be frank, he has been an extremely tough challenge so far this year against this Welland Jackfish lineup. It's Welland and Barrie. Game 4 is next.
This is the IBL Finals. Hello, Baycats fans. Welcome to Vintage Throne Stadium for the newest edition of Barrie Baycats Baseball. This is Game 4 of the Intercounty Baseball League Finals, featuring the visiting Welland Jackfish and your Barrie Baycats. Here are the starting lineups. First for the Welland Jackfish, managed by Brian Essery. Batting first, the center fielder at number 11, Gianfranco Morello. Batting second, the first baseman at number 15, Steven Moretto. Batting third, the shortstop, number 23, James Smiberts. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 16, Sam Cocker. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 10, Mateo Porcelato. Batting sixth, the designated hitter at number 33, Carlos Martinez. Batting seventh, the second baseman at number 6, Tyler Dupuis. Batting eighth, the right fielder at number 24, Hogan Brown. And batting ninth, the third baseman at number 9, Ethan Hunt. On the mound for the Jackfish, starting pitcher at number 55, Jake Harford. And now the starting lineup for your Barrie Baycats, managed by Josh Matlow. Batting first, the center fielder, number 9, Kenise Ijo. Batting second, the second baseman, number 7, Royce Ando. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 27, Ryan Rio. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 29, Malik Williams. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 26, Adam Odd. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 55, Hayden Jaco. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 4, Starlin Rodriguez. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 47, Brad McQuinn. On the mound for the Barrie Baycats tonight, starting pitcher, number 97, Frank Garces. Here are the umpires for today's game. Calling the balls and strikes, Adam DeCare. At first base, Jeff Rose. At second base, Jared Merkley. And at third base, Preston Hughes. Please rise and remove your caps, if you are able to, for the singing of our national anthem, O Canada, performed by longtime Baycats fan Lisa Donnelly.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The fall chill is in the air here at Vintage Throne Stadium on this September the 13th. And when the sun is down before the first pitch is thrown, you know you're playing some important baseball. We're live tonight for Game 4 of the IBL Championship Series. The Welland Jackfish
down the left
and the
and
Barrie
right field lines
Baycats
for your own
battling for the 2023 Jack Dominico Trophy. And tonight, Julius, Barrie can put a 3-1 stranglehold on the Jackfish with a win today.
Absolutely, Ben, but they really need to get their offense going. Only one hit through 7 innings against James Bradwell last night. Bradwell was dealing. The Baycats only mustered 1 run through the game, but they know how to win close games. They won the first 2 games of this series in tight. On the mound tonight, as previously mentioned, Frank Garces, the Baycats ace. His 4th appearance of the postseason, comes in with a 3.13 ERA, a 3-0 record, 24 strikeouts to just 4 walks in the postseason. However, 3 of those walks were in Game 1. So he looked a bit shaky in Game 1, but he's looking to get it back together tonight.
Baycat manager Josh Matlow mentioned pregame to me one of the things that sort of factored into the decision of having Frank Garces start tonight is how tight this series is as far as scheduling goes. Only 2 off days in this series. There was an off day on Monday, and potentially Friday night would be an off night as well for these clubs if the series gets that far. But really putting a Baycats in a position where they wanted to get Frank out there for Game 4 to set them up for that 3-1 series win.
Yeah, Matt will also mention, Frank really wanted the ball tonight. He's a guy, he's a very routine pitcher. He prepares for every off day just like he would at start. He's very routine. And tonight, after 144 pitches in Game 1, he's going to give the Baycats all he's got tonight.
Adam DeCare, the home plate umpire, Jeff Rose behind the bag at first, Jared Merkley at second, and Preston Hughes at third. So it's a 4-man crew for Game 4 of this IBL Championship Series. Gio Morello steps in, clears a little bit of dirt in the batter's box, and gets ready for the first pitch from Frank Garces. It's Wednesday night here at Vintage Throne Stadium, good crowd. And the first pitch from the left-hander is a called strike. 7:38, our first pitch tonight under a mostly cloudy sky and a very chilly 14 degrees for our game time temperature. Second pitch is inside 101. Do have a light wind tonight. It's blowing in from right field. Garces, the 33-year-old left-hander from San Cristobal, Dominican Republic, deals, and it's a high fly ball to left field, and it's Brad McQuinn there tonight. He makes the catch for the first out.
Give the defense here for the Barrie Baycats. Brad McQuinn there making that catch in left field. Kenisi Joe in center. Starlin Rodriguez in right field. On the infield, Adam Ott at third. Carson Burns back at shortstop. Roy Sando at second. And Malik Williams round out the right side with Hayden Jaco gets the start at catcher with Frank Garces on the mound.
And I'm not sure if these pitchers will be blowing into their hands tonight, but I can tell you I will be. It is chilly up here. The coldest start to a game we've had this season, but fans and players love it because it means you're playing ball in September, and when the weather turns like this, these games are important. Barrie and Welland, Game 4, with the Baycats up 2-1 in the series. And this one's lifted to straightaway right field. Starlin Rodriguez has to dive at the last second. Makes the catch. He misplayed that. Decided to wait, and that ball maybe blowing in just a little bit. Came down a lot quicker than he expected.
Yeah, the wind's coming in a little bit, but it seemed like Rodriguez there just kind of underran it a little bit. He just didn't really get the read of the depth of where that ball was going in right field, but he keeps his composure and makes the diving catch.
Frank Garces with a 21-5 career IBL record. That's regular season and postseason combined. There's some amazing numbers. 261 strikeouts, 25 walks in his 222 lifetime innings in this league. Swing and a miss by Smybert, and the count is 0-2.
Smybert's been arguably their best hitter this year in the postseason. a 404 average through 11 games. That's 19 for 47, 2 home runs, 18 RBI in the playoffs.
Stays alive as he fouls it off to the left side. Smybert has been hot at the plate, but he has struggled defensively. 5 errors in the postseason so far, and Jackfish committed 3 errors in last night's game. 0-2 pitch. Right back to the mound, and a hot potato into the glove of Frank Garces. And he and the Baycats are off the field. 3 up, 3 down, go the Jackfish in the top of the first. We're scoreless at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV at Rogers TV in Barrie. Premier North Windows and Doors is a proud supporter of the Barrie Baycats, locally owned and operated, and specializing in window replacement and door installation. Simcoe County's #1 choice for windows and doors. Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers and go Baycats.
Hi, I'm Debbie Wilkes, owner of Insightful Living and licensed provider of Brain Echo Technology, which aims to calm and balance the brain. If any of these troublesome things are troubling you, then I'm talking to the appropriate person now.
Bottom of the first here at Vintage Throne Stadium. It's brought to you by JC Unlimited Contracting. Design, supply, build, renovate, servicing Simcoe region for over a decade.
Kenise Ijo, Roy Sando, Ryan Rio do up for the Baycats, and Josh Matlow here in the bottom of the first inning. Malik Williams is the cleanup man at first base. Adam Ott at third base tonight, batting 5th. Hayden Jaco handling catching duties in the #6 spot. Starlin Rodriguez, Carson Burns, and Brad McQuinn round out the lineup for the Baycats here this evening.
Third start of the postseason here for the big man, Jake Harford. Jackfish right-hander, 7.0 ERA in the postseason.
Gets called strike against Kenise Ijo. Harford, 29 years old, from Silver Creek, New York, 3rd year in the IBL. Goes off speed, and it's high and outside.
Harford, 9 innings pitched so far in the postseason, has no records, 0-0 through 2 starts, 9 strikeouts to 5 walks.
Has not pitched yet in this series. A swing and a miss by Ijo on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Last worked on Thursday last week. That was in the Toronto series. A 7-5 Jackfish win on Thursday last week. So he is fully rested and ready to go here tonight. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's high, and the count is even 2-2. And now time is called as catcher Sam Cocker wants to have a chat with his right-handed hurler. Boy, what a big night Sam Cocker had last night, getting the start in Game 3 behind the plate, and hit a huge home run for the Jackfish to get them going early in that game last night, a 3-run bomb.
And they really got him going offensively, especially confidence in Cocker with that start, and even regular catcher Carlos Martinez hit a pinch hit home run.
Foul ball to the right side, so the count holds at 2-2. Yeah, between Cocker and Martinez, some really good production from that cleanup spot in the lineup for the Jackfish last night. Cocker and Martinez were a combined 4 for 5. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ejo down, 1 away. Let's look at the defense for the Jackfish behind Jake Harford.
For the Jackfish this evening, Mateo Porcelato's in left field, Gio Morello and Hogan Brown, center to right. On the infield, Ethan Hunt at third, James Smyber at short, Tyler Dupuis at second base, and Steven Moretto, the first baseman, with Sam Cocker, as we mentioned, catching Jake Harford.
Roy Sando, 26-year-old Mississauga native, third-year Baycat. Former Spartan from Michigan State University. First pitch to him is high and in. Harford with a full delivery. The windup and the pitch is hit on the ground. Left side goes off the glove of Hunt, and they have no play. That'll be an infield hit for Roy Sando. 1 on with 1 out.
Great start for the Baycats here with a base runner in the first inning, and Ando's really been one of the most reliable bats for the Baycats this postseason. Comes into this game at a 382 average, 5 RBI.
Ryan Rio has really dialed things up here in the postseason. 10 games and that 378 average. Comes to the plate here with a man on and 1 out. And the first pitch to him is a strike.
Yeah, had a career year in the regular season, career highs in the IBL and homers and RBI, and is extending that performance into the postseason.
3 homers, 15 RBIs so far in the 2023 playoffs. Infield shifted around to the right. Tyler Dupuis way over on the first base side of second. James Smybert closer to second than short. I'll look for the ground ball here to try to turn the double play with 1 away. Harford comes set. And the 0-2. Rio lifts it to right field. Hogan Brown with a long way to go. Foul territory. It's out of his reach. And the at-bat will continue for Ryan Rio.
Yeah, Rio really just got under that ball and was early on it, turning it into right side and foul territory, but staying alive. Hogan Brown not being able to get there.
He has a lot of power to that right side. That was kind of more of a defensive swing just to make contact and keep the at-bat going here. That was more of a pitch that he likes, and he fouled it back to the screen.
You know, and he's fine with being laid on those outside pitches. He prides himself in being able to go the other way consistently, and I would say for most of his base hits this year, he's been able to do that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the spray chart on him, but he can pretty much put the ball in play anywhere. 0-2. That's high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rio. Harford has not been charged with a loss since the Canada Day game in Welland. Baycat fans will remember that on July 1st. That was a 10-7 Baycat win at Welland Stadium. Time is called now as Rio steps out. That was a long time ago. Harford to the belt. Runner leads, bluffs a start, and now he's back as Harford steps off.
It was pretty close to a balk. Roy Sando really pushing the envelope there with a dancing lead.
Almost looked like Ando was daring him to draw a throw. This one right back to the mound. Harford looks at second, gets the sure out at first instead. Ando advances 90 feet, 2 out in the inning.
And that's okay for Rio there, especially with less than 2 out. And the speed of Ando, he had a good jump off the batted ball and able to get himself in a scoring position for arguably the Baycats' most dangerous hitter.
Malik Williams has power. We have yet to see it in the playoffs, however. Still looking for his first RBI and home run. He brings a 267 playoff average into today's game. And another conference on the mound. This is the second time Sam Cocker's been out for a chat with Jake Harford, including 1 mound visit mid-at-bat when Kenise Ejo was at the plate. So Cocker and Harford really trying to make sure they're on the same page here, especially with the speedy Roy Sando at second base. 2 outs. Harford checking the runner. And the first pitch. Curveball gets it over for a strike. Third mound visit for Sam Cocker, and
Cocker
the manager can only go out so many times, but there's no limit to the catcher's visits.
Cocker did look a bit crossed up there, but there's only so much you can do as a catcher. The pitcher really has to start locating, and if you lose communication with your pitcher, it's going to be a tough go.
Crowd behind Malik Williams here, trying to urge the Baycats to get on the board early. Here's the pitch. Gets off the glove of Cocker, and he has no play as Roy Sando scoots up to third base.
Not something you want to see from your starting catcher. That's no excuse for Cocker to be able to not be able to catch that one. Easy 90 feet for Roy Sando.
Just glanced off the glove. And the count is 1-1. Williams waggles the bat. Pitch from Harford. Foul back to the screen. And it's 1-2.
I don't know about you, Ben, but I think we expected to see Harford earlier in this series, but I guess with his recent struggles towards the end of the regular season and a couple starts in the playoffs, Jackfish pushing him to Game 4.
Well, he did struggle in that Toronto game. We mentioned it was a 7-5 win over the Maple Leafs, but he allowed 5 earned runs in just an inning and 2/3. Jackfish came back for a big win that night, but Harford allowed 4 hits and a no decision despite his team winning the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch on the ground, and it's picked up by Tyler Dupuis. Makes the easy throw to first. In time for the out. So the Jackfish are off the field. The Baycats strand Roy Sando at third base. We're through 1 scoreless at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. Top of the second at Vintage Throne Stadium. Ben Davy along with Julius Hern and Sam Acoyne. Game 4 of the 2023 IBL Championship Series. Welland Jackfish, Barrie Baycats. Baycats looking for a 3-1 lead in this best-of-7 IBL final. Welland with a crushing 13-1 victory last night at Welland Stadium to get back into this series and make it 2-1. Frank Garces deals, and it's low and away. Sam Cocker, the catcher, with a big night last night. Mateo Porcelato to follow, and then Carlos Martinez, the DH tonight.
Cocker's 6 RBI in the postseason, 3 of those in last night's game.
Outside, and a 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. Called strike. 3-1, the count to Sam Cocker, the catcher.
Adam Odd playing deep at third base.
Ball 4. Garces issues a leadoff walk here in the second inning. Frank Garces has never walked more than 6 in a season, which is just a staggering statistic.
He's been extremely efficient with his strikeout to walk ratio. He only had 4 walks in the regular season this season.
And Mateo Porcelato now, the left fielder tonight, takes a called strike. Middle infield tonight, Carson Burns and Royce Ando. Burns was handling catching duties earlier in this series and earlier in the playoffs. On the ground to Royce Ando, to Carson Burns, to Malik Williams, not in time. Williams kept his foot on the bag, but the speedy Mateo Porcelato beat it out by a hair.
It's a textbook play, made for a routine double play, 4-6-3, but the speed of Porcelato just too much for the Baycats to handle, and he's managed just to stay out of it.
So Cocker erased from the bases. Porcelato at first on the fielder's choice. It's Carlos Martinez now for the Jackfish. Double play possibility remains in order. That was a really nice relay from Carson Burns, covering the bag at second. Runner goes. It's a called strike. The throw. In time for the out. Royce Ando applying the tag. Porcelato is nailed.
Perfect throw right there from Hayden Jacob. Couldn't get better than that. He picked up on the runner going right away and set up perfectly, making for a nice throw.
The count, I believe, is 0-1 here. Pitch is low. Yeah, 1-1 is the count. Garces to Martinez. It's outside. Here's the pitch. Foul back to the screen, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Martinez was one of Welland's most reliable bats in the regular season, but just hitting .250 so far in the postseason. But he has put up 9 RBI as well as that home run last night.
Waggles the bat as he waits for the 2-2, and he pops it up. It's onto the right side, and it's just off the top of the fence. Malik Williams went over for it. That had it held up for another second or two. He probably would have got there in time.
Martinez,
and the count will hold it 2-2.
Yeah, Martinez with a good 2-strike approach, excuse me. He was a bit late on that pitch, but just got enough of it to keep alive in this at-bat.
There's a loose ball on the field. They'll throw that over to the Barrie dugout. Frank Garces has his ball, and he looks in for the sign from Hayden Jacob. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Martinez chased the high fastball, and Garces and the Baycats get off the field. We're through an inning and a half, scoreless at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go, ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Carrington comes in, and the
Hard body, and that's
and the score is James Anderson, and the Baycats win. Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you this summer! At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Game 4 of the Dominico Cup Finals. No score between the Jackfish and Baycats. Second inning brought to you by Wingin' It Restaurants, the great taste of adventure.
Adam Odd, who's having a very good postseason for the Baycats, will lead it off. He's the third baseman tonight. He's played a variety of defensive positions as well for Josh Matlow to keep his bat in the lineup. Hayden Jaco, Starlin Rodriguez to follow. We are scoreless. Jake Harford and Frank Garces in this 4th game of the 2023 IBL Championship Series. And Odd hits one over the shortstop and into left field. First pitch swinging, and he's aboard to lead off the second.
Adam Odd has been able to continue a great regular season into the postseason. In the regular season, second on the team in batting average, .390, and managed a 1.068 OPS. And he's managed to maintain a .324 average and an .807 OPS coming in tonight in the playoffs.
Hayden Jaco, who has an IBL championship ring from his season with the London Majors in 2021, takes the first pitch strike. He held off, thinking that might be up in the zone a little bit, but it's called a strike. Odd leads at first. Pitch. Called strike on the breaking pitch, 0-2. Adam Odd with a leadoff single. And an 0-2 count to Hayden Jaco. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased that one way off the plate. Caught lunging. 1 out.
I don't think Harford liked the way that was going out of his hand, but it really fooled Jaco. That pitch was going way outside, but Jaco falling for it, swinging and missing.
Well, I think you're right. That ball didn't go where Harford intended, and it didn't go where Jaco expected. He had to reach way off the plate to try to make contact with that.
A very uncharacteristic chase that far outside the zone from Hayden Jaco. We don't see that from him very often. Especially being a catcher, he got a really good idea of the zone.
Starlin Rodriguez back head first is Adam Odd. Steve Moretto holding him on at first base for the Jackfish. Starlin Rodriguez came out of the game last night. Brad McQuinn took over in left field after Rodriguez was 0 for 2 to start the game. He's battled injuries off and on this season. He's been able to stay healthy through the playoffs so far, and that one off the inside of the, just caught him on, jammed him on the inside part of that handle.
You know, Starlin Rodriguez, he was struggling a little bit throughout the start of the series and into last night, but good opportunity for Brad McQuinn to get in the game. He wasn't available the first 2 games of this series, and getting the start tonight, he's hoping he can get hot at the bat as well.
Harford deals, runner goes. Pitch is high, here's the throw. Not in time, a stolen base for Adam Odd.
Almost looked like Adam Odd didn't know which way to slide. He looked like he was anticipating for a dive, but ended up going in feet first, and it might have worked to his benefit there.
Very slow pitch by Harford as well, and that gave Odd a chance to get an incredible jump on that pitch. And now an RBI opportunity for Starlin Rodriguez.
We mentioned earlier in the series, if Starlin Rodriguez's bat can get hot, that might be the X factor here in the series for the Baycats.
Rodriguez in right field this evening. Here's the pitch from Harford. And it's fouled off to the right. Rodriguez has played both left and right field and also some middle infield duties when called upon in the regular season. 2-2 the count to him here. Odd the runner at second. And this one's lifted to right field. Hogan Brown has a good read on that. Makes the catch. Odd will tag and head back. Good throw in by Brown, 2 away. And here's Carson Burns.
Yeah, I think that's the reason that Hogan Brown is in right field tonight. He's got very good defensive skills, including a cannon for an arm. So Adam Odd not taking any chances there, but he remains in scoring position.
Brown played left field last night in game 2 of this series as well. Carson Burns hits this one to right field. It's a base hit. Odd rounding third, and here's the throw to the plate, and it's offline, and Odd scores. A good throw would have had him. Well, we were just talking about Hogan Brown's arm, and that throw had the speed, but not the accuracy.
Well, I think Sam Cocker got crossed up a little bit by Steven Moretto. Steven Moretto looked like he was going to cut that ball off potentially, but realizing that that throw had a shot to get Odd, and I'm not sure if Cocker was able to see around Moretto and notice that that ball was going to be offline and getting all the way to the backstop, allowing Burns to move up to second.
Big hit for Burns, drives in the game's first run. It's 1-0 Baycats. Here's Brad McQuinn. McQuinn takes a strike.
I'm not too sure if when Adam Odd was about to round 30, it looked like he almost hesitated a bit. Not sure if Andrew White wanted to hold him up there, but Odd going anyway. Didn't notice a clear wave around.
Now, Odd was fortunate, like I said, a good throw would have had him if it was on target. Had the distance and got there in a quickly, but was just up that third base line, pulling Cocker well off the plate. So 0-2 the count now to Brad McQuinn, the number 9 hitter. Just his 5th playoff game. Fouls it off to the third base side. So 1-0 Baycats and an RBI by Carson Burns. Adam Odd coming in with the game's first run. And it's an 0-2 count to Brad McQuinn. Here's the pitch, and that one sails high, and a good grab by Cocker. He had to throw that glove up and come down with that. Otherwise, Carson Burns would have been off for third easily. Count 1-2. Harford does not get that call, and the count is 2-2. McQuinn laying off.
That was a strong two-strike take there from McQuinn. Very close to the upper part of the zone.
Here's the pitch. That's outside 3-2. Harford with those long, lanky legs and long arms as well. But he compensates for it somewhat with a compact delivery. Doesn't lift that left leg too high when working from the stretch. Burns watching him closely. Here's the 3-2. Called strike 3. McQuinn thought it was inside. And he's rung up as Harford gets the big strikeout to get the Jackfish off the field. But Barrie strikes first, and through 2 innings, it's 1-0 Baycats. You're watching Rogers TV and Baycats TV. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Top of the third inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. The Baycats have a 1-0 lead. This third inning brought to you by Phaetrum, aluminum and siding, quality above all else. Let's send it down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Sam O'Coin. What do you have for us?
Well, Julius, Ryan Rio has definitely been a key contributor to this Baycats team. Barrie's designated hitter has been a proven leader on this team on and off the field. His batting practice is also something to watch, and as he puts on a show pretty much every time. Watching his cuts in the cage has made me notice his situational swings. Calling plays like get him over or drive him in could be a huge contributor. It could, that having that during batting practice, calling out those plays, it definitely could play a huge factor to his success on the field.
Thank you, Sam. Frank Garces deals, and it's in the dirt ball one to number 7 hitter, Tyler Dupuis, the second baseman. Now, don't forget the series resumes tomorrow at Welland Stadium, and that'll be Game 5 of this series and a possible championship clincher for the Baycats if they can get it done here tonight at Game 4 in front of their home crowd. Set the stage for a potential road victory tomorrow, and if not, the series comes back here on Saturday for Game 6. Always mixed feelings when you're watching the series unfold and you want to have that clinching game at home, but this one's hit to left center field. Kinesijo comes over, calls it, and takes it for the out. You'd love to have a championship clincher at home, but on the other hand, I'm sure Baycat fans would be thrilled for them to get it done tomorrow night if they can win here this evening.
Yeah, I'm sure the players on the field, they're really just trying to win every game possible, and if the clincher happens to be on the road, I'm not sure if they care a whole lot. I mean, I'm sure the fans would love to see it at home, but as long as the Baycats can get it done however they can, I think everyone would be happy.
Yeah, the best way to make sure you do see it if the game is on the road and you can't be there at Welland Stadium. The game, of course, will be on YouTube, and we'll have a radio version of that broadcast as well for you, Baycats Radio. So lots of options for you to enjoy tomorrow night's game. Jackfish, of course, hoping to win here tonight, tie this series at 2 and make it a brand new series. This is such a crucial game for both of these teams. Quick delivery from Garces, and it's fouled off.
It looked a bit like a check swing there from Hogan Brown. I wasn't too sure where that pitch was going to come in at.
He had to get on his toes quickly in a hurry because Garces was ready to just fire that ball in. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Frank Garces.
The third baseman at number 9, Ethan Hunt.
Number 9 hitter Ethan Hunt now.
And Hogan Brown's been such a valuable hitter all season for the Jackfish, and Frank Garces to be able to mow him down that easily, that's a good sign for Frank.
Yeah, I know.
So this is Ethan Hunt, 238 in the postseason, coming into tonight, and he hits this one to right field. Starlin Rodriguez makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down, go the Jackfish. Top of the third inning. We're through 2.5. It's 1-0 Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats. 2 out, runners lead. There they go. Here's the pitch. This one rocked to right field.
Want to come to a Baycats game? check out our tickets at barriebaycats.com.
Score at least 2. Tuck is in to score. Rio behind him. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. To the bottom of the third inning at Vintage Throne Stadium. Baycats back to the top of the order. Canisijo, Roy Sando, Ryan Rio. All due up to hit. Ben Davy, Julius Hern, and Sam McCoy with you here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Patrick Melbourne handling PA duties again here at the ballpark tonight. Covering for the ailing Rob Daniels. We wish him well. I'm sure Rob's watching the game tonight from the comfort of home. And hopefully we'll have him back on the mic soon. And back on the radio soon. Always enjoy Rob's show on 107.5 Cool FM. 1-0 to Ejo. Ejo struck out swinging to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Harford's pitch. Swing and a miss.
Noticed Ethan Hunt there creeping in defensively. That's been a theme for infield defenses throughout this series. Potential of a surprise bunt always looming.
1-1 pitch. Outside, maybe a little high as well. 2-1.
Another close take there from Canisijo, but pays off for him. And even if he went down 2 strikes, he has a great 2-strike approach. We saw it a bit in the first inning, but he ended up striking out.
Strike 2. One thing the Baycats have not yet done in this series is score more than 2 runs in an inning. They're still looking for that big inning. Welland had a bunch of them last night in that 13-1 win. That one's outside and the count is full. And Baycat manager Josh Matlow knows this lineup is capable of much more than we've seen through the 3 games so far. Barrie coming out on top by a hair in games 1 and 2. Low-scoring games, though. Ejo hits it to center field, and the catch is made by center fielder Gio Morello. 1 out.
Ejo's been swinging a hot bat this series and really got all of that there on a line drive to center, but Gio Morello easy range over to his left to make that catch.
We know both these teams can score a lot of runs, and Welland really turned it up a notch offensively last night. 5-0 after 2 innings. They also put up 5 runs in the 5th, 3 in the 8th, and never took their foot off the gas, cruising to a 13-1 win. One 1-0 pitch. It's high and away, 2-0. Great pitching by Bradwell last night for the Jackfish as he went 7 very strong innings, allowing just 1 hit, 10 strikeouts in that game. And that one's through the right side into center field. Roy Sando gets aboard for the 2nd time tonight. Pair of singles for the 2nd baseman. And this is Ryan Rio.
Ando's really piecing himself together a nice postseason. Like I mentioned earlier, 382 average coming into this game. 5 RBI in the postseason as well. 4 doubles has really been the key for him. But he really values getting on base any way he can, and he has tonight so far with 2 base hits.
First pitch from Harford. Swing and a miss by Rio. Rio was just a rookie when he won his first IBL championship with the Barrie Baycats. Still just 25 years old. Hard to believe it's his 6th year with the organization. Got a piece and he fouls it back 0-2.
He's been a little bit late on both those pitches, more so the first one. A bit more of a off-speed pitch there from Harford on the second pitch, but Rio really needs to put together a 2-strike plate appearance approach here.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's a high fastball, and it's 1-2.
You can tell he's eager to hit even on that take there. He was roaring to get the bat off his shoulder, but knowing better of himself.
Pitch on the way, and it's a swing and a miss. Ryan Rio down on strikes. 2 down now for Malik Williams.
Malik Williams.
Williams is 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to end the first inning. Roy Sando being held on by Steven Moretto. Does not go. The first pitch is a called strike to Williams. Swing and a miss.
Williams in a short stint in the regular season, 9 games, at 567 with a 1.5 OPS. That's 1,500. He's able to get on base at a 667 clip.
Off speed, and he gets enough of it to hit it to the left side. The running throw is made in time by Ethan Hunt. Nice grab and throw by the Welland third baseman to get Malik Williams at first base. So they strand the single by Roy Sando, and we have played 3 complete here at Vintage Throne Stadium. It's 1-0 Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. Premier North Windows and Doors is a proud supporter of the Barrie Baycats, locally owned and operated, and specializing in window replacement and door installation. Simcoe County's #1 choice for windows and doors. Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats.
Hi, I'm Debbie Wilkes, owner of Insightful Living and licensed provider of Brain Echo Technology, which aims to calm and balance the brain. If any of these troublesome things are troubling you, then I'm talking to the appropriate person now.
Fourth inning of play here in Springwater. The Baycats have a 1-0 lead over the Jackfish. Fourth inning brought to you by Clarkson Bins and Junk Removal, the local source for simple, clean, and reliable disposal bin rental and junk removal services.
Well, the Baycats sent the top of the order to the plate in the bottom of the third, and now the Jackfish send the top of the order to the plate here in the top of the fourth. Gio Morello, Steven Moretto, and James Smybert all due up for Welland here in the fourth inning. Jackfish battling for their first IBL championship trophy in franchise history. For the Baycats, looking for their first since the 2019 season, which was the final of 6 straight championships through that decade, 2014 to 2019. To the second baseman, Ando gloves it, makes the throw. It's in time, 1 away.
Royce Ando always sure-handed over there at second base. I'm always amazed at how so easily he's able to range over to his left, especially. We've seen it a couple times in this series. Made some nice plays going over that in that direction. It's a solid defender.
Frank Garces working to Steven Moretto here with 1 out in the 4th inning. First pitch fastball is a called strike. The IBL Championship Trophy is named the Dominico Trophy in honor of Jack and Lynn Dominico. Jack owned the Toronto Maple Leaf franchise for 53 seasons. And except for the pandemic year, the Dominico Cup has been awarded every year since 1919. Here's the pitch. It's high, 1-2. The old wooden trophy was actually replaced in the 2019 season, the 100th anniversary of the IBL and the trophy. Here's the 1-2, and it's just high. Garces trying to get that high strike, couldn't get the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this league is full of history, and these players on the field tonight looking to make their mark on the history books, all searching for that Dominico Cup trophy.
Garces with a 2-2 delivery, and it's fouled over the screen. Only 2 Jackfish have reached base safely so far. Sam Cocker on a walk. He was erased on a fielder's choice by Mateo Portolato in the 2nd inning. Garces has faced the minimum here. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
The wind's breezing in a bit heavier than it was at the start of the game. A bit more out to left field as well.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. 3rd strikeout for Frank Garces. Down goes Moretto.
The shortstop, number 23, James Smybert.
This is James Smybert now.
Mentioned Smibert's success in the postseason so far for the Jackfish. In the regular season, was 5th on the team in average with a .363 average. 4 home runs, 43 RBI in 42 games.
Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, it's popped up. It'll be playable, right side. Royce Ando makes the catch. Jackfish 3 up, 3 down in the 4th. We're through 3.5. Still 1-0 Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV on Rogers TV in Barrie. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. come the Baycats in the bottom of the fourth inning. Julius Hern, Sam McCoy, Ben Davy. We got a little bit of light rain now across this area. It wasn't supposed to rain tonight, but cloud cover started to increase in the early innings of this game, and now just a very light mist falling on the fans here at Vintage Throne Stadium.
Yeah, very light mist here at the ballpark. It shouldn't hold anything up by any means, but a chilly night just going to be made a bit chillier without rain.
Adam Odd singled and scored the game's first run in the second inning.
Yeah, clutch stolen base got him in the scoring position, and Carson Burns, hoping his bat comes alive, he had a base hit scoring him.
Swing and a miss. Odd went down to reach for that one. 0-2 now to him. Now, the Baycats have done well in these low-scoring, close games in this series so far, taking both games 1 and 2. Nice glove play by the first baseman. Steve Moretto steps on the bag for the out. 1 down.
Yeah, seemed off the bat like that was going to be an all-or-nothing play for Moretto, but experienced first baseman like him are able to make that play no problem, and he shows it right there.
Yeah, if he doesn't glove that ball, that's an infield hit for Adam Odd. Had to fully commit. Hayden Jaco struck out in the second inning. Harford off speed for the first delivery, and it misses, ball 1.
Well, if Moretto misses that ball, that if it only ends up in shallow right field down the line, that's probably extra bases for Adam Odd.
Harford's pitch, and Jaco thinking about a bunt. He pulls it back just to keep the infielders on their toes. 2-0 the count.
Ethan Hunt remains playing shallow on the infield.
Fouls it away, and it's 2-1. Just joining us, the only run of this game, Adam Odd singling, stealing second, and then coming in to score on an RBI by Carson Burns. That happened in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Barrie. That one zips inside. 3 balls and a strike to Hayden Jaco. Fouled away.
And that pitch had a little bit of break on it, and I think that's what made Jaco get on top of it a little bit more than he expected to. He put a good swing on it.
Visit on the mound as Sam Cocker chats with Jake Harford here.
Yeah, we saw him do that multiple times in the first inning, but I guess this is the first mound visit he's made since then. So I guess issues they had in the first inning, they've since clarified.
They like to talk. And let's see what they've got ready here on this 3-2 pitch on the way. Inside, ball 4, not what Harford wanted to do at all. Jaco aboard with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Here's Starlin Rodriguez.
Walk to Jaco there, the first walk allowed so far tonight from Jake Harford.
Well, the Jackfish have done such a good job shutting down this Barrie lineup, and they're in jeopardy here of falling behind 3-1 in this series. Pretty amazing when you think about it. The Baycats have not scored more than 2 runs in an inning, in any inning of this championship series so far, and they're looking for a 3-1 series lead. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find any team take a 3-1 series lead without scoring more than 2 runs in an inning. Well, the Baycats are looking to do that here tonight.
Well, we saw it last night. Welland running away with that win thanks to some crooked numbers, starting in the first inning with that 3-run home run by Cocker. But the Baycats need a crooked number of their own to put themselves in contention here.
Outside, count 3-0 to Starlin Rodriguez. Plate starting to move around a little here on Jake Harford in this 4th inning. Jaco with the lead. Here's the pitch. Called strike. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, didn't expect Rodriguez to offer it that one at all, and he has had multiple occasions during the season where he'll go up 3-0 in a count and not even offer at all, not even look like he wants to swing.
Foul for a strike, 3-2. Hartford not paying any attention to Hayden Jaco at all. Just coming right at Rodriguez. Steven Moretto is holding him on. Baycats looking to add to a 1-0 lead. Hartford's pitch. It's high, ball 4. 2 on for the Baycats. Back-to-back walks, Jaco and Rodriguez. And a big at-bat coming up here for Carson Burns with manager Brian Essery making the walk to the mound.
There's nobody warming yet in the Jackfish bullpen, but his body is starting to get down there and up and moving around. Just needs to get some confidence in his starting pitcher here. It's probably the toughest situation he's faced so far in this game.
Burns waits on deck, Brad McQuinn to follow, so 8 and 9 here in the order. And home plate umpire Adam DeCare comes out to tell him to move it along. These mound visits really slowing down this ball game. First mound visit for Brian Essery, but as we've mentioned, Sam Cocker has been out to talk to Hartford at least 4 times. And we're in the 4th inning here. Carson Burns now had the RBI single in the 2nd. He'll try to keep the hot bat going here. This big at bat in the bottom of the 4th. Runners lead. Pitch from Hartford. And it's a high fly ball, center field. Gio Morello makes the catch, and the runners stay put.
Yeah, Adam Odd making that bluff at Hayden Jaco at second base there, bluffing just like Adam Odd did in the 2nd inning. Almost looked like Hogan Brown was going to take that. They have a stronger arm from him. But nonetheless, the runners remain at 1st and 2nd. Seemed like that fly ball from Carson Burns was hindered a little bit by the wind, kind of coming in a little bit from right field.
Brad McQuinn got into the game last night, got a hit in his 1 lone plate appearance. He's the number 9 hitter here tonight. 2 on, 2 out. Baycats up 1-0. We're in the 4th. Hartford checks the runner twice. Now the pitch. And misses outside, 1-1. Well, 2 walks already in the inning, given up by Hartford, and McQuinn would be wise, I think, to take a patient approach here in this at-bat. Time is called. Four hits in the game for the Baycats. And McQuinn fouls it away, 1-2, and now Hartford a strike away from getting out of this 4th inning jam.
McQuinn's previous plate appearance in the 2nd inning was an inning-ending strikeout he'd probably like to have back. Went down looking on a pitch right down the middle.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Hartford to McQuinn. Inside and low, ball 2. Good job by Cocker to stay with that.
It's always tougher for a catcher, a batter up like McQuinn, who likes to crowd the plate. McQuinn standing pretty close and making it harder on Hartford to find the zone.
Yeah, that left foot is right on the chalk. Swings and misses. Some good pitching by Jake Hartford as the Baycats strand 2 after a pair of walks. And it'll remain 1-0 through 4 innings tonight here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go, ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Carrington comes in and the
Hard body, and not
and the score is James Anderson and the Baycats win.
Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you this summer! At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
We're back live at Vintage Throne Stadium, top of the 5th inning. Baycats lead the Jackfish 1-0 in Game 4 of the IBL Finals. 5th inning brought to you by Ital Paving. For all your residential, commercial, and industrial paving needs, providing quality service for almost 40 years because you deserve the best. Frank Garces back on the mound, 5th inning of work. First pitch to Sam Cocker, a strike. Julius Hern along with Ben Davy, our Baycats TV crew. Cocker rips that one to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Jackfish have a leadoff base runner here in the 5th.
The left fielder, Mateo Portolato.
It's the first base hit tonight off of Frank Garces. He's only allowed 1 base runner to this point. Before that, it was a walk to Sam Cocker in the 2nd, so he's the only Jackfish batter to get on base this evening. Bunt attempt there from Portolato. Adamad charging in, and he'll make the throw to first. Sacrifice made there for Portolato, 1 down.
The designated hitter number 33, Carlos Martinez.
So Portolato moving over Cocker to second base. First time Garces has had a runner in scoring position against him tonight. A little bit of the misting rain has returned at the ballpark. First pitch to Martinez, he rips down the line, but foul on the left side. Martinez had a pinch hit home run in last night's game late in the game. Back in the DH spot tonight, he struck out his first time up to end the 2nd. 0-1 pitch, just outside 1-1. Garces pitching rather quickly, a 1-1 pitch on the ground. Roy Sando charging in. And Martinez moves Cocker over to third. Jackfish yet again trade an out for a base runner moving up, 2 down.
The second baseman, number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
Speedy Tyler Dupuis steps in with 2 out. Frank Garces protecting a 1-0 lead here in the 5th. But the Jackfish threatening. First pitch to Dupuis. Fouls off Jaco, the catcher. 0-1. 1 pitch to Dupuis, just outside, 1-1. Dupuis flew out to center field in the 3rd inning. That was his first time up. One pitch. Foul tip into the glove, strike 2. It's the first inning of the game tonight. Garces hasn't faced the minimum. He went 3 up, 3 down in each of the first 4 innings. Crowd getting into it here with 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Just high, ball 2. Time called. Seems like Hayden Jacob may be the one that called time there. Nonetheless, fans getting back into it here. 2-2 pitch coming from Frank Garces. Popped up. Shallow center field. Canisijo charging, and he'll settle under it. Making the catch to end the inning. Jackfish threatened, leaving a runner at 3rd base. Baycats maintain a 1-0 lead, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Back to the top of the order for the Barrie Baycats. A 1-0 lead for them over the Jackfish here in the 5th. Canisijo 0 for 2 so far against Jake Harford, who's had a solid performance for the Jackfish tonight, but he is down 1-0. That run coming in the 2nd on a Carson Burns RBI single.
This is the 3rd time in this game Canisijo has led off an inning. Led off the 1st, of course, and then the 3rd, and now here in the 5th.
First pitch he sees, he shows bunt, gets it down, but it's foul.
Good pitchers duel here tonight between Jake Harford and Frank Garces. Baycats have had base runners every inning, but have only been able to convert once. Adam Odd coming in to score on a single by Carson Burns in the 2nd inning. That has been it so far.
The Baycats have stranded runners in scoring position in 3 of the 4 innings they've been at bat so far. 0-1 pitch here to Ejo. Swung on and missed. Outside pitch from Harford there. Ejo chases going down 0-2.
When you talk about leaving runners in scoring position, at some point that is going to catch up with you. Hasn't burned Barrie yet. They had the one lopsided loss last night, but were able to pick up wins in Game 1 and Game 2, low-scoring games. Really no big inning in either of those games for the Baycats, but they came out on top.
Ejo calls time, steps back in. Harford comes set for the 0-2. The pitch. Ripped down the left field line, but foul.
And at some point, you really want your offense to start stringing some hits together. And we've seen the Baycats do that so well throughout the regular season and even the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. But here against the Welland Jackfish, I mean, give credit where credit is due to these Jackfish pitchers. They've done a good job minimizing the Barrie scoring opportunities through these games, despite trailing in the series.
0-2 pitch, low and away, off the glove of Cochran to the backstop, 1-2. Baycats, like we've mentioned, haven't scored more than 2 runs in an inning so far in this series, and they're going to need a crooked number at some point, especially in this game, if they're going to want to feel more comfortable about a win. 1-2. Fouled off to the screen. Ejo showing off a 2-strike approach here.
You think about how many times this season we saw the Baycats string together 4, 5, even 6 hits in a row. Really get that rally going and get some momentum behind the offense, but they really haven't hit their stride yet in this series, despite leading 2-1.
In the 4th inning, they had 2 runners on with 1 out, and they couldn't capitalize on anything. Ejo sees that one outside. It's 2-2. To be fair, no team in this series until last night had more than 2 runs in an inning. Jackfish put that to an end quickly with a 3-run home run in the first. 2-2 pitch. Just low. Risky take there from Ejo, but comes back with a full count.
Yeah, small ball works some nights, but other nights you're going to need to bring out the big bats. And
3-2. Swung on and missed. Hartford's 6th strikeout of the game. It's 1 down.
Yeah, back-to-back strikeouts as well. 3 in a row for him since the pair of walks that he gave up in the 4th inning to Jaco and Rodriguez. And it seems like Hartford now is starting to find his second wind. Speaking of wind, the wind has really picked up here at this ballpark, blowing in from right and slightly from right to left as well now, too. That, along with the very, very light rain, might cause a little bit of a problem for the outfielders. We'll see as this game goes on.
Base hit down the right field line for Roy Sando. That's his 3rd hit of the game.
Number 27, Ryan.
Roy Sando has come up all 3 times tonight with 1 out, with Kenise Ejo unable to get on before him, and he's come through every time with a base hit.
382 through 8 games in the postseason, 3 for 3 tonight. That'll push him well above the 400 mark here in the playoffs.
We've mentioned throughout the series, Ando quickly becoming maybe the most reliable bat in this order. As Ryan Rio comes up, he's 0 for 2. Swung on and missed. Rio seems to be behind Hartford's fastball all night. Hasn't had a confident game at the plate so far, but he's very eager to swing the bat. 0-1 pitch. On the ground a second. Dupuis is going to try for 2, and they'll get it. Inning-ending double play off the bat of Ryan Rio. Baycats unable to cash in on the single by Ando. As we head to the 6th, 1-0 Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats.
2 out, runners lead. There they go. Here's the pitch. This one rocked to right field.
Want to come to a Baycats game? Check out our tickets at barriebaycats.com.
Score at least 2. Tuck is in to score. Rio behind him.
BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand.
Back to the 6th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Baycats up 1-0. Brought to you by Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment. Redefining gentlemen in the heart of Barrie. Hogan Brown to lead it off for the Jackfish here in the 6th. 8-9-1 in their order due up.
Hogan Brown, number 8, Ethan Pasco.
And looks like Ethan Pasco will be pinch hitting for Hogan Brown. His first pitch fouled off. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Pasco, swung on and missed. Quickly down 0-2. Pasco has only gone into 7 games so far in the postseason. A .400 average, though. 2 for 5, and he strikes out there.
Pasco, similar to Royce Ando, limited regular season action, but he's getting some playoff opportunities. Hit .333 through his 16 regular season games.
That was the 4th strikeout of the ballgame for Frank Garces. Working rather efficiently, a lot of batted ball outs. So Ethan Hunt will step in as number 9 hitter. First pitch, he shows bunt. That's just a bit high for ball 1.
Once again, I want to wish well to our public address announcer, Rob Daniels, who's missed a couple of games here in the playoffs, and I know it must be driving him nuts to have to listen to you and I call this game from home. He'd much rather be here at the park, I'm sure.
Hunt shows bunt, and it's called for a strike.
I can tell Rob's on Instagram because I see the green dot beside his name, so hello, Rob. I'm sure he's watching this broadcast, and Patrick Melbourne doing a nice job filling in, so he's giving you a chance to call some innings for us here on the broadcast, Julius, which has been a nice treat as well for our viewers.
2-1 here to Ethan Hunt, the third baseman. He shows bunt again. He gets it down. It's going to go foul.
Well, not a bad idea. The Jackfish really struggling to get base runners here against Frank Garces, a very good pitcher. And Hunt probably won't be bunting now with 2 strikes, but a situation like this, you just want to get guys on, and especially as these late innings start to approach here.
Just seems to be a theme throughout this series. A lot of bunt attempts throughout this series. Keep seeing the defense on the left side, especially third baseman, playing shallow, just expecting anything, because you never know.
The only game they weren't bunting was last night.
2-2, swung on and missed. 5th strikeout of the night for Garces. Ethan Hunt goes down.
The center fielder, number 11, Gianfranco Morello.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Garces. Isn't that a way of getting out of the 6th? Gio Morello is 0 for 2 tonight. The leadoff hitter in the Jackfish lineup steps in.
This next pitch will be Frank Garces' 60th. He has thrown just 17 balls.
First pitch, just low. Nice take there from Morello. Garces only had 40 pitches through the first 4 innings. High and in for ball 2.
Yeah, anytime you can keep your pitch count down to 10 or less per inning, you're in for a pretty good night. And Frank Garces has been rolling right along here.
2-0. Called for a strike.
Only 1 hit so far, and that was the single by Sam Cocker in the 5th.
I'm pretty sure that the major league average for pitches in an inning is 16. But that, again, in my mind, that seems a bit low. 2-1, swung on and missed. 1 strike away again. Fans at Vintage Throne Stadium backing their starting pitcher on a 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. 6 strong innings from Frank Garces. The Baycats take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Carrington comes in, and the
Hard body, and that's
and the score is James Anderson, and the Baycats win.
Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Welcome back. It's the bottom of the 6th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Starlin Rodriguez, who is in the lineup tonight and has been throughout the finals, suffered a groin injury in the first round and looked to be out for the rest of the season. But with his competitive nature and a short recovery, he is now back and a big threat in this order.
Thank you, Sam. Julius Hern along with Ben Davy, our Baycats TV crew, and Rodriguez will be due up 4th in this inning as Malik Williams will lead it off. On the ground up the middle, Smyber at short. He's got a tough play. He'll make the play. First out of the inning on a ground out.
The third baseman, number 26, Adam.
Jake Harford has really settled down nicely since the back-to-back walks in the 4th inning. That came with 1 out. So far, just 1 other base runner since, and that was erased on a double play off the bat of Ryan Rio. And I mean, we can come out and say it. This Baycat offense is struggling. Only 1 run last night, 1 tonight, and yet still on the verge of taking a 3-1 lead in this series. But they've been getting base runners, just not getting them in.
Adam Odds sees the first pitch inside. Odds 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the second, and that remains the only run of the game so far.
Baycat base runners in all 5 innings coming into this 6th, but only 1 run scored.
Good take there on an outside pitch, 2-0. That pitch at 83.
It was the bottom half of the lineup, 5 through 9, that really struggled in game 2. And tonight, you really can't pinpoint it to any one specific part of the order. And Baycats have been getting guys on, as we've mentioned. Just not scoring runs.
Odd sees another close pitch there, call for a strike. Hayden Jaco on deck. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed again. 2-2 here on Adam Odd. Had some trouble with some strikeouts in the regular season. Didn't walk him that much. Pitch here. On the ground to left side. Smyber, a tough play. He can't make it. Base hit for Adam Odd. Hayden Jaco will come up with a base runner.
Well, Odd has been reliable and 0 for 4 last night, but he comes out of that with 2 big hits here tonight in the game's only run. And now let's see what the Baycat lineup can do behind him with Hayden Jaco and Starlin Rodriguez to follow. Both of those 2 drew walks in the 4th inning. Baycats could use some more base runners here.
Hayden Jaco, former IBL champion with the London Majors 2021. Ethan Hunt at third base playing shallow on the infield. First pitch outside.
Talked to Jaco about that championship with London and said it was just a great experience playing with so many veteran guys that have been around the league for a long time, and several of them still there in London. Unable to get it done here in the 2023 season, but Jaco was a part of that first of 2 championships in London.
And he knows that a Baycat ring would look really nice next to that London ring.
Bit of a chase on that one. He swings and misses. Jaco hitting just .243 here in the postseason, but he's put up 7 RBI. 2 of his hits have been doubles, and he had a home run in the Kitchener series. Runner goes. That ball fouled out of play on the right side.
Hit and run, and the Baycats have done that a lot this year. Not a bad idea. Try to get that ball in play with odd in motion.
And at this point, the extra 90 feet in any situation would be so valuable for the Baycats, who've had trouble stranding base runners in this ball game multiple times, leaving those runners in scoring position. Odd takes his lead at first. Harford set. 1-2 pitch. Curveball called for strike 3.
Slow curve, Jaco just laid off, but that had enough break on it to catch the inside part of the plate. And 2 outs now as Harford just continues to groove right along here.
So 7 strikeouts on the ball game so far for Jake Harford. As the aforementioned Starlin Rodriguez will step in. He's a bat that really needs to get going for the Baycats for some success. Throw over to first. Odd dives back safely.
This has been a really good outing for Jake Harford, and I'm not sure how long Brian Essery will leave him in here tonight, but he's done everything that the Jackfish could possibly expect him to do. Keeping the Baycats to just 1 run despite base runners every inning. All that matters is what's up on the scoreboard, and kept his team right in this ball game here tonight.
The Jackfish do have a righty warming in the bullpen, but can't quite tell who it is. Another throw over.
He does 3 tosses to first now.
Harford keeping Odd on his toes. Odd stole a base in the 2nd inning, putting him in scoring position for Burns, and he goes here. Deep drive, right center field for Rodriguez. The right fielder makes the catch to end the inning. Jolt of power from Rodriguez, not quite enough as we head to the 7th inning. 1-0 Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Back here at Vintage Throne for the 7th inning. It's brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca. And back on play-by-play, the voice of your Baycats, Mr. Ben Davy.
Thank you, Julius. Stephen Moretto, James Smybert, Sam Cocker, 3 Jackfish that can do a lot of damage, but they'll have to do it against left-hander Frank Garces, who is back out here for his 7th inning of work. And his first offering to Moretto is low and away.
Well, after striking out the side in the 6th, Garces now at 6 strikeouts for the game.
He's retired 6 in a row after a single by Sam Cocker broke up 4 no-hit innings. Another gem by Frank Garces for the Baycats here tonight. This one hit to left center. A long way for Ejo to run. He'll take it on a bounce. Second hit of the night for the Jackfish. Steve Moretto is aboard.
And Moretto really put a good piece on that ball, and it was well placed, kind of in between that gap where McQuinn and Ejo were, and far for the speedy Ejo to get over to it.
Now that outfield grass has got to be getting pretty slippery right now too. Just a very light mist here across the ballpark, but it's been going for probably the better part of an hour now or so, and that slick surface is definitely going to slow down the outfielders. 1 on, nobody out. Garces with a pitch. It's inside to James Smybert, who had squared around for the bunt. And for the first time that I can recall this season, we got some fans trying to get the wave going here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Over behind the Baycat dugout. Called strike to James Smybert. The wave isn't something that fans in this park normally do. A lot of traditions here at Vintage Throne Stadium, but the wave is not one of them. Interesting to see if these fans can actually successfully get one circuit of the wave across this ballpark. This one bunted to third. One play, it's to first, and they get the out.
Great composure there from Adam Ott. He fielded that kind of in an awkward spot of the infield, but he kept his composure and set his feet and made a nice throw over to first.
So that was what the Jackfish wanted to do. Get a runner in scoring position. Trailing 1-0. Sam Cocker now, who has been red hot through the last 2 games. Reached base on a walk in the 2nd, singled in the 5th, got as far as 3rd. That's as far as the Jackfish have gotten on the bases here tonight.
So far, that's the only base runner the Jackfish have left on. They had another, Cocker also reached in the 2nd, but he was caught on a fielder's choice.
Ball gets away, and a quick recovery by Hayden Jaco to make sure Steven Moretto goes no further. Baycats clinging to this 1-0 lead.
And like we mentioned, some gritty wins in the first 2 games of the series, but need a bit more separation to feel more comfortable about this one.
2 runs of offense in 15 innings for the Baycats over these last 2 games, and pretty incredible that they're just 3 innings away from taking a 3-1 lead in this series. The bats have cooled off with the temperature here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Sam Cocker. Moretto leads at 2nd. Garces takes a look. The leg kick, the pitch. Strike 3! Clutch strikeout by Frank Garces, 2 down. And here's Mateo Porcelato.
7 strikeout of the ball game for Garces. That's exactly what he needed, especially with that runner on second base. Now, only 1 out to go. Only a ground ball. Any easy batted ball can get him that out.
Frank Garces showing the poise of the seasoned veteran that he is. Former big league ball player, 55 games for the San Diego Padres on his resume. Swing and a miss. It seems like Garces is getting better as the game goes on, and we've seen that from him before as well. Checks the runner in the 0-1. Strike 2. 82 miles per hour on that pitch.
You can tell once the the inning goes from 1 to 2 out, the defense behind Garces feels a bit more relaxed. Neither of the middle infielders paying all that much attention to Moretto at second base.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he goes up in the strike zone and unable to get Porcelato to chase. That was the plan there, and good patience by the Jackfish left fielder. Let's see if Porcelato gets the green light here on the 1-2. Garces kicks and deals. Bounces up to the plate.
Clutch block there from Hayden Jacobs. It's exactly what you want to see. Great form, just getting in front of it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second, that's Steven Moretto, representing the game's tying run. Garces to the belt. 2-2 pitch. Just getting a piece is Porcelato. Ball glanced off the top of the bat and went back to the screen, and the at-bat continues.
Put a great swing on that. He just missed it. He had great timing there, but only got a piece of it.
Carlos Martinez on deck. He'd love an at-bat here in this 7th inning. Porcelato will try to keep it alive. Garces with the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul at home plate. The crowd thought that was a strikeout. He just got a piece. Barely.
It almost seemed like Jaco just couldn't get that ball into his glove on the foul tip.
So another 2-2 pitch on the way to Mateo Porcelato. Here it comes from Frank Garces. 7 shutout innings for Frank Garces. He gets his team off the field with a 1-0 lead. Stretch time at Vintage Throne Stadium. Baycats up 1-0 on Rogers TV and Baycats TV.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats.
2 out, runners lead. There they go. Here's the pitch. This one rocked to right field.
Want to come to a Baycats game? Check out our tickets at barriebaycats.com.
Score at least 2. Tuck is in to score. Rio behind him.
BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycats scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Vintage Throne Stadium, Game 4 of the 2023 IBL Championship Series. Welland Jackfish and Barrie Baycats battling for the Jack and Lynn Dominico Trophy. Baycats can come a win away if they can hold on to this lead here tonight. 1-0 Barrie. Carson Burns, Brad McQuinn, and Kenny Sejo, 2 up for the Baycats in the bottom of the 7th.
The Baycats have really been doing it the hard way in this series. Having trouble getting guys in from scoring position.
That is the 96th pitch from Jake Harford. 63 strikes, 33 balls.
7 strikeouts on the evening for Harford and a bounce-back performance for him.
Very reliable for manager Brian Essery tonight. After, as you mentioned, a shaky start in his last appearance against Toronto, despite his team winning. Just couldn't get his club, deep into that ball game against the Leafs.
Well, he came into this start in 2 prior appearances in the postseason with a 7.0 ERA in 9 innings.
And as we've mentioned all night, has pitched so effectively with runners on base. Just getting to the point where it's just starting to seem ridiculous now. Baycats with runners in all 6 innings and have only been able to strike on the scoreboard once in this ball game. 2-1 pitch. And ahead in the count, 3-1 is Carson Burns.
Burns has had some good showings at the plate. He had that RBI single in the second and a fly ball out in the fourth, but some of his outs have just been unlucky.
On the ground, and it's off the glove of Steven Moretto. Base hit Carson Burns. We saw Moretto make a play similar, although the ball wasn't hit quite as deep last time, but he was able to glove that short hop and couldn't do so there. That skipped off the leather and got by him. Seventh hit of the game for the Baycats. Number 9 hitter, Brad McQuinn to the plate.
Yeah, Brad McQuinn has had clutch moments here in the postseason so far, but 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight.
Showing buds. First base side, picked up by Harford. The underhand toss is in time for the out. Good execution by McQuinn to get Burns to second base. And again, you can move these runners up the bases all day, but can you get them in? And that's what the Baycats need to do here. Runner in scoring position, Ijo and Ando will each get a chance here to get some insurance for Barrie, up 1-0.
It's the 5th time the Baycats have managed to get a base runner to second base, and like we mentioned earlier, only the 1 run scored so far, and that's the difference in this ballgame.
Harford to Ijo, foul back. Harford hit 85 on that pitch.
And Carson Burns has been at second base twice. Both times he's reached, he's managed to get all the way in scoring position.
His RBI single brought in the only run of this game so far. Adam Odd in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Off speed and it missed. One pitch. Fouled off the mask of Sam Cocker. He'll pick it up and take a moment or two as the umpire will hand deliver the baseball to the pitcher, Jake Harford, to buy a little bit of time for Sam Cocker.
Harford's been looking over at the runner at second base a bit more than usual. Seems quite worried about that base runner with less than 2 out. Curious to see if they have some kind of pickoff play planned here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody holding him on now. Second baseman darts in, now goes back. The pitch is fouled back to the screen. You look at the explosive lineups that these 2 teams have, the Baycats and the Jackfish, and you wouldn't have expected these 3 of these 4 games to be as low scoring as they've been. 4-3, 5-3, and now 1-0 here tonight. And the one game that did have a big number, you wouldn't have expected it to be as lopsided as it was. 13-1 Welland last night. Ijo swings and misses.
It's not the game Kenise Ijo wanted to have so far. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. It's been a struggle for him, and Roy Sando has seen Ijo before him unable to get on base. Is going to get a mound visit here.
Brian Essery for a visit. Let's see if they got somebody ready in the bullpen. The entire infield will converge. Will he ask for the ball? It doesn't look like it.
Some instructions here for Hartford on how to pitch Roy Sando. First base open, but normally you would say, well, you don't want to pitch to Ryan Rio. But Rio has struggled, and he has really struggled. 3 strikeouts last night. He's 0 for 3 today, including a double play. You know he can kill you with one swing of the bat, though. Ando has actually been the hotter of the two of them, though, over the last couple of games.
Yeah, and I wouldn't expect Estuary to pull Hartford here, especially with 2 out. You know, 1 easy ground ball and you're out of this inning. And Ando, all 3 times he's been up, has had a base hit. So, have to see what the righty's able to do here.
Neither Ando nor Rio are easy outs to get, but Ando has been red hot here tonight. 3 singles, 3 for 3. Let's see how carefully they pitch him. First offering, gets the corner for a strike.
Smart there from Hartford to start off with a curveball, and he placed it really well on the outside corner for a strike.
His location has been outstanding. Pitch to Ando. Check swing, foul. And Hartford quickly ahead here, 0-2. You get Ando, and you don't need to face Ryan Rio with runners on. 2 out in the inning. This bottom of the 7th started with a Carson Burns single. A hard hit ball that Steven Moretto was unable to short hop. And this one's hit pretty deep to left field. Porcelano going back, it is over his head. He picks it up for the base of the fence. In to score is Carson Burns, 2-0 Barrie.
Have a game, Roy Sando, 4 for 4, and that double right there, scoring that run, adding some well-needed insurance. Multiple run lead now for the Baycats.
And now Barrie up by 2. Maybe that takes a little bit of pressure off Ryan Rio, and we'll see him come through in a clutch situation here. He's 0 for his last 7. 3 strikeouts last night. 0 for 3 with a double play here this evening. Ando at second. 2-0 Baycats. Pitch, foul back.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. Rio really struggled tonight so far against Hartford. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Grounded into a double play his last time up. He's been behind his fastball.
Drop that one down to 83, and it's fouled off, 0-2.
Rio was still late on that, fouling it off to the opposite side.
Malik Williams on deck. No balls, 2 strikes. Hartford to Rio. Fouled again. Rio takes a look at the bat just to see where that one was. You really won't find too many hitters who are more of a student of the game as Ryan Rio is. He takes a very close look at everything. Every at-bat, every pitch. Waggles the bat as he waits for the 0-2, and it bounces up to the plate. Blocked by Cocker as he looks to run her back.
Brandon Underhill warming in the Jackfish bullpen. We saw him here in game 2.
Underhill came on in relief of Ben Abram that night. A 5-3 Baycat victory. They're up 2-0 here. The 1-2. And the count is even.
We mentioned the Baycats haven't been able to score more than 2 runs in an inning. They also haven't had a lead of more than 2 runs in a game in this series.
Swing of the bat here could erase that little piece of trivia. And it's to short, backhanded by Smyber, picks it up, throws, in time for the out. James Smyber with a nice job to stay with that ball despite not gloving it cleanly initially. Made the throw in time to get Rio, and the Baycats strand another runner. But they add an insurance run, and it's 2-0 Barrie through 7. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Premier North Windows and Doors is a proud supporter of the Barrie Baycats, locally owned and operated and specializing in window replacement and door installation. Simcoe County's #1 choice for windows and doors. Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers and go Baycats.
Hi, I'm Debbie Wilkes, owner of Insightful Living and licensed provider of Brain Echo Technology, which aims to calm and balance the brain. If any of these troublesome things are troubling you, then I'm talking to the appropriate person now. Don't
Top of the 8th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium, brought to you by Expedia Cruises in Barrie. Air, land, and sea vacations.
Barrie Baycats are 2 innings away from taking a 3-1 series lead in this 2023 IBL Championship Series. The Welland Jackfish have yet to solve Frank Garces tonight. Carlos Martinez will try to do something about that here in the 8th. Takes the first pitch and it's outside for a ball. Martinez 0 for 2 tonight. Tyler Dupuis on deck, and then Ethan Pascoe, who came on as a pinch hitter for Hogan Brown in the 6th inning, stayed in the game to play right field. Garces behind 3-0 now.
And he's been working quickly to start this inning, but unable to find the zone so far.
Last time Garces was behind 3-0, he surrendered a walk to Sam Cocker. Let's see what happens here. Gets the corner for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Garces has only allowed that one walk in this ball game, and he's also only allowed 1 hit and 8 strikeouts.
Ball 4. Back-to-back innings now that the Jackfish got the leadoff man on. Garces retired 3 in a row after Stephen Barretto's 7th inning single. Right-hander throwing in the Barrie bullpen. Frank Garces worked a complete game in Game 1 of this series. 4-3 Baycat win in Welland. And I don't think the plan was for him to work 9 innings tonight, but he's been firing on all cylinders, and with a score as close as it is, they're going to get as much as they possibly can out of him, no question.
Baycats have double barrel action in their bullpen. It's Brendan Hillier and Brad Grieveson throwing.
That's a strike, 1-1. Keep in mind, in the back of Josh Matlow's mind, he's got to be thinking about, Frank Garces in a potential Game 7 situation if it came down to that. Fouled over the screen. Game 7, by the way, would be on Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon in Welland at 4:05. A lot of baseball to go to get there, but Jackfish trying to make this a series. And now the rain really starts to pick up. This is the hardest it's rained so far.
Yeah, it's still not too heavy, but it's really persistent.
And a little bit of wind behind it as well. That one sails up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. When the weather changes like this, it can sometimes impact the momentum of a game as well. Two balls, 2 strikes, and it's fouled off. Well, it's a steady mist. It's not anything that these guys can't play through, so this game is going to continue, but it can certainly have an impact on the playing surface the longer it continues. 2-2 pitch. It's to short. They go to second for 1. The relay to first. Not in time.
A bit of a delayed start to that double play. Carson Burns really waited for that ball to come to him at shortstop. And with the speed of Tyler Dupuis, there's no chance of getting him into first.
Yeah, he didn't want to charge the ball. He waited for it to come to him, and that really gave Tyler Dupuis a lot of time to get down that first base line. This is Ethan Pascoe, the right fielder now. 1 on for the Jackfish here in the 8th. Lifted to left. Down the line, and it's out of the reach of Brad McQuinn. Adam Odd back there as well.
Pascoe comes into tonight 2 for 5 in the postseason in 7 games. Come in a lot as a defensive replacement in the postseason. Hit .333 in the regular season with an .810 OPS.
Garces trying to keep that baseball dry. Looks in for the sign. Gets the cue from home plate umpire Adam DeCare. He's ready. Here's the pitch, and it's bunted foul. Pascoe squaring, even with 1 out, thinking about getting that runner up.
You mentioned the rain affecting the surface and of this ballpark, but it's also affecting the temperature. It's much colder here than it was at first pitch.
Wind is picked up as well now. It's blowing in from right and slightly from right to left, but mostly in. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. Count holds it 0-2. This game's had a good pace to it, just 2 hours here in this 8th inning. No balls, 2 strikes to Ethan Pascoe. Frank Garces with a runner on. Kicks, fires, and that's high. Count 1-2.
Be curious to see if Dupuis at first base makes a go for second base. Try to stay out of a double play scenario.
Garces still just at 96 pitches. He went over 140 pitches in game 1 of this series. Here's the pitch, fouled away again. These fans are going to go home wet this evening. A few of them brought umbrellas. Not many, though. How many umbrellas do you see? Less than 10.
Yeah.
It didn't look like rain when we started the game, that's for sure.
No, it didn't catch it in the forecast.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one high. It slipped out of Garces' hand. Goes all the way to the backstop. Frank just couldn't get a good grip on that ball. And now this rain is really getting steady, and we're going to see now if they're going to keep this thing going here and how much longer.
Especially if it's going to keep affecting the pitch release of Garces, and I think Garces is kind of frustrated with the mound now.
And now the umpires will convene and decide how long they want to keep this going here. And the players are coming off the field. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in a rain delay here at Vintage Throne Stadium with the Baycats leading 2-0 and 1 out in the 8th inning. So hopefully we'll get a break in the rain and we'll be able to finish this one here tonight. Again, it's game 4 of the 2023 Intercounty Baseball League Championship Series between the Jackfish and the Baycats. Baycats up 2-0 here in the 8th inning. We will sign off for now, but
We're at Vintage Throne Stadium, Springwater Township, and the rain has subsided. We're ready to resume with the Baycats on top 2-0. We're in the 8th inning, and it's Ethan Pascoe at the plate with a 2-2 count.
So odd for a batter to come into midway into a count after this long of a delay.
And yeah, my correction, it is Queerstake at the plate, swings and misses. How about that? Frank Garces, one pitch, and zips that one right by him. Two out in the inning.
That was the 9th strikeout of the game for Garces. Say I'm a bit surprised to see him back after this delay as well.
Here's Ethan Hunt. Fouls off the first pitch.
Now batting from Jackfish, third baseman number 9, Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt 0 for 2 today in the number 9 spot. He has a flyout and a strikeout. We have a runner at second. It's Tyler Dupuis. And it's a 1-1 count. And probably 75-80% of the fans that were here earlier tonight have decided to call it an evening. Many of them probably logging on here on Baycats TV to watch the end of the game. So welcome all of our new viewers. Called strike at 1 and 2 now. It's a good crowd here tonight. Really good crowd this Wednesday night. Very lively crowd as well, as they want to see the Baycats take this 3-1 series lead in the best of 7 2023 finals. 1-2 pitch, fouled away.
Hunt was so close to driving that ball into the outfield. He just missed it, getting underneath it.
Frank Garces now over 100 pitches. Saw activity in the Baycat bullpen earlier. All is quiet now. Garces to the belt. The 1-2. And it's a soft liner to center field. A base hit. They're going to send the runner home. Ejo, no throw. It's cut off. And in to score is Tyler Dupuis. It's a 2-1 ball game. Great hitting by Ethan Hunt. Dupuis is in. It's a 2-1 game now. And the potential go-ahead run will come to the plate. And
yeah, not the guy you want to see in this situation at the plate. Gio Morello is a leadoff hitter in this Jackfish lineup for a reason. Plenty of power and plenty of speed.
He is 0 for 3 tonight, however, has a knack for coming through in clutch situations. And a big one here with 2 out in the 8th inning. First pitch strike from Garces.
Ethan Hunt got a really good secondary lead after that delivery. He could be a threat to steal here.
He was running on contact with 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Down the first base side, it's through into right field. That'll keep the inning going. Slipping around second is Hunt. Here's the throw, the tag, not in time. Oh, Ethan Hunt was very fortunate there, as you got a first-hand look at just how slick that infield dirt is.
Yeah, and Starlin Rodriguez looked like he hesitated a little bit to make that throw in the first place, and when he did, it wasn't with all that much effort, it looked like.
Hunt was almost about a third of the way between second and third when he lost his footing. Took a slide and was able to get up and scamper back to second base just in time, or else he would have been the third out of the inning. And in a 2-1 ball game, that could have been huge. And now the Jackfish threatening with 2 on and 2 out. Steven Moretto at the plate.
Yeah, seeming like the delay not doing any favors for Frank Garces.
Moretto brings plenty of power to the plate with him. His job here, however, is simply to drive in the tying run. 2-1 ball game. Here's the pitch. Just missed outside.
Hillier and Grieveson both back warming up in the Baycats bullpen. No action for the Jackfish in their bullpen.
Here's the pitch. Fouled away, 1-1. Well, the Baycats 4 outs away from taking a 3-1 series lead, and they still have not led by more than 2 runs in any game of this series so far. And that trend continues tonight here with this 2-1 lead in the 8th inning. Pitch from Garces. Fouled away, and now Frank a strike away from getting out of this 8th inning with the lead, albeit a one-run lead now. Jackfish with just 3 hits tonight. Off the Dominican left-hander. Here comes the crowd with the count 1-2, 2 out in the 8th.
Frank really taking his time here.
Pitch to Moretto. It's a high fastball, and it's 2-2. 5 or 6 Jackfish players out of the dugout right now, standing on the dirt in front of the dugout, hoping that Steven Moretto can keep this inning alive. 2 on, 2 outs, count 2-2. Jaco puts the sign down for Garces. And the pitch. Strike 3, tag applied, and Frank Garces and the Baycats get out of it. 1 run across for the Jackfish to make this an interesting ball game. 2-1, with Barrie coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Carrington comes in, and the score is James Anderson, and the Baycats win.
Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Bottom of the 8th inning, the Barrie Baycats with 3 more outs to try to make sure this lead is secure. 2-1 Barrie, with Malik Williams stepping to the dish to lead it off.
New pitcher on the mound for the Jackfish is Brandon Underhill, making his 5th appearance in the postseason. Comes into this one with 6 1/3 innings under his belt in the playoffs, and 2.84 ERA, 6 strikeouts, just 2 walks.
Williams is 0 for 3 today. Adam Odd to follow, and then Hayden Jaco. All due up for Barrie to face right-hander Brandon Underhill. Underhill worked in Game 2 of this series, came on in relief of Ben Abram. First pitch, fastball for a strike. Williams has grounded out all 3 previous plate appearances. Down the third baseline, it's a fair ball into left field. Porcelato picks it up on the wet grass, And staying at first is Malik Williams with a leadoff single.
Yeah, best not to risk it for Malik Williams. We saw in the last half inning, the dirt's still pretty slick. So base runners beware.
Well, if the Baycats ever needed a big inning in this series, this is the time for it right here to try to add to this one-run lead. Game 4, very crucial game in this best of 7. Baycats are still looking for that big inning in this series. They've done as much as they can with an offense that has struggled, especially over the last 2 games. 9 hits tonight, 2 runs to show for it. Adam Odd is 2 for 3. Scored the game's first run in the second. Williams the lead. Here's the pitch. And it's hit to second. Catch is made. The throw over. Back in time is Williams. Nice grab by Tyler Dupuis. 1 down.
The Baycats were able to get some hits off Jake Harford in the first 7 innings, but Harford getting the best of the Baycats for the most part. 9 strikeouts on his evening.
One of Harford's best outings of the postseason.
Yeah, really making up for some struggles he had previous to end the regular season and to start the postseason, his last 2 starts.
First appearance of this series for Jake Harford, and boy, did Brian Essery get his money's worth. First pitch is a called strike. Jaco has struck out twice and walked. Two, 1, Baycats, bottom of the 8th inning, game 4. Here's the pitch, outside. We had a rain delay in the top of the 8th that lasted for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then the Jackfish came back out and up to the plate and promptly scored to bring this lead to within 1. Dupuis was on with a fielder's choice, and then Ethan Hunt, the big RBI single to tie this ball game. Here's the pitch. Low and in, 2-1. Hayden Jaco, the catcher tonight. We're told there is some more rain northwest of us, so runner goes. It's on the ground to short. Smybert, 1 play. It's the first, and it's in time for the out. Williams advances 90 feet. He's in scoring position with 2 away.
Williams being off on that pitch worked for the benefit of the Baycats, staying out of that double play. And Rodriguez now with a runner in scoring position. Hopefully he can come through with this one.
This really is the at-bat of the ball game so far, right here. Starlin Rodriguez with a man on second, 2 out. Chance to get Barrie's 2-run lead back, heading into the 9th inning. And they need him to come through here. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. He has been clutch all season long for the Baycats. Can he come through here in game 4? Brandon Underhill on in relief of Jake Harford. Williams, the runner at second. He checks him. And the first pitch. It's just inside and high. 1-0. Two-1 Baycats. Here's the pitch on the way from Brandon Underhill. And it's fouled over the screen, 1-1.
Rodriguez has been able to get on base about a third of the time here in the postseason, but still only hitting .267. That's down from his .310 average that he had in the regular season.
The remnants of this Game 4 crowd hanging in here right till the end, very boisterous, urging Starlin Rodriguez to come through here in this clutch situation. 1-1 the count to him. Underhill with the delivery. And it's fouled away, 1-2.
Rodriguez know what pitches he likes to hit, and he saw those last couple he fouled off right in his zone. He's really going to struggle to find another one like that in a 2-strike count.
All 8 of these innings tonight, the Baycats have had runners on base. They've been able to cash in just twice. Malik Williams with a single, got to second, and that's where he is now with 2 out. 1-2 count to Starlin Rodriguez. Underhill's pitch. Strike 3. Brandon Underhill coming through with a key strikeout. And Malik Williams is stranded at second base. So the Baycats will hang on to this 1-run lead and take it to the top of the 9th. Game 4, the 2023 Intercounty Baseball League Finals. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Brad Grieveson on to close this one out for the Baycats. A 2-1 lead in the 9th innings. This one's brought to you by Expedia Cruises in Barrie, Air, Land, and Sea Vacations. This will be the 5th appearance in the playoffs for Grieveson. He's pitched 7 2/3 innings so far, a 4.69 ERA, 5 strikeouts. Hasn't walked a batter yet, but he's given up 4 earned runs in the playoffs and a 2-0 record so far to show for it.
42-year-old Creemore native, Baycat veteran, Brad Grieveson once again given the ball here to try to hold him and go home. A 2-1 Baycat lead. Jackfish in danger of falling behind 3-1 in this series. And the first pitch is lined to the second baseman, Roy Sando. 1 away.
Perfect start for Grieveson. 1 pitch, 1 out. I mentioned it before, the great defense of Roy Sando coming in for Brad Grieveson here.
Hard hit ball, but right at Ando. Smybert was up there, first pitch swinging. Let's see what Cocker does. First pitch. Inside corner for a strike.
Grieveson not afraid to throw strikes. He thrives on pitching to contact.
Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Perfect placement by Brad Grieveson. On the ground to Roy Sando. Picks it up, makes the throw. 2 away. The Welland Jackfish must be wondering what they need to do to get in control of this series. They have held the Barrie Baycats to 3 runs in 17 innings. They have kept the Baycats from scoring more than 2 runs in any of these 4 games, and they are 1 out away from falling behind in this best of 7, 3 games to 1.
Yeah, I mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, Baycats just finding the gritty ways to win in this series, and they've proven it again here at home in Game 4.
What a crazy series this has been. Brad Grievison's first pitch, and it hits Mateo Porcelato. The tying run is on. The Jackfish just a couple of clutch hits away here from not only tying this game, but perhaps taking the lead and tying this series at 2. This series could still go either way as of this point in the ball game. And now Grievison will face Carlos Martinez, the DH. He can put Welland on top with one swing of the bat. Very dangerous hitter at the plate here. Runner leads. The pitch. Strike one.
Great location so far in this outing from Grievison.
Grievison deals. Strike 2. Barrie 1 strike away now. Game 4 at Vintage Throne Stadium. Baycats 2, Jackfish 1. Grievison ahead 0-2 on Carlos Martinez, who now calls time. And a good move there just to get the crowd out of it and clear his head. He's ready to go. Grievison is set. Kicks and deals. Outside, ball 1. 1-2. Close, but not close enough for home plate umpire Adam DeCare.
That was a really close take there from Martinez. But he really has to keep protecting the plate here. Anything close, he's going to be swinging, and Grievison knows it.
1-2 pitch. Fly ball deep left field. Up, and gone. One swing from Carlos Martinez. A 2-run homer. Porcelato stomps his foot on home plate, and Carlos Martinez right behind him, and the Jackfish are on top 3-2.
This crowd is stunned here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and for good reason. Carlos Martinez had not hit a home run for the Jackfish this year until last night. And again, swinging a hot bat into this one, second home run in as many days.
Called strike to Tyler Dupuis. Well, you let your opponent hang around that close, that long, and sometimes it'll catch up to you. Now time is called. Is that pitch going to count? Don't think so.
Well, not to mention that hit batter, Porcelato, hurting Grievison here.
There's a fly ball to right field. Rodriguez underneath it, makes the catch. But the Jackfish now 3 outs away from tying this series at 2. 2-run homer by Carlos Martinez, the margin of difference as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Jackfish on top 3-2. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats.
2 out, runners lead. There they go. Here's the pitch. This one rocked to right field.
Want to come to a Baycats game? Check out our tickets at barriebaycats.com.
Score at least 2. Tuck is in to score. Rio behind him.
BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand.
Bottom of the ninth inning, Vintage Throne Stadium, as the rain intensifies. The final countdown being played over the PA here, as the Baycats down to their final 3 outs, now trailing the Jackfish 3-2, and they will face the top closer in the IBL, Davy Mendez.
Yeah, tall task here for the Baycats facing Davy Mendez. His 4th appearance of the postseason, 6 innings so far coming into this one. He has given up an earned run in this playoff. A 1.50 ERA so far coming into this one. 8 strikeouts to 1 walk. Did not allow an earned run in the regular season, and 10 saves.
Those numbers are so small, I was going to offer you a magnifying glass to read them, other than the save total, of course. Carson Burns, Brad McQuinn, Kinesi Joe in the rain in the bottom of the ninth inning, down by a run.
This crowd's so eerily silent after that Martinez home run. Shell-shocked here at Vintage Throne Stadium.
Burns hits it high and deep. It'll stay in the park, though. The center fielder's over, and he can't make the catch. It's going to be a double for Carson Burns. Did he catch it? He did. I couldn't see that through the rain. Gio Morello came over and made the grab.
I could barely see that, but like an incredible catch. Gio Morello almost, it looked like the ball had fallen behind him, having to reach back over his shoulder to make that catch, but you know, he got a hold of it.
Well, a great job by Gio Morello to stay with that ball. I thought it had gotten by him. And Josh Matlow is out to talk to the home plate umpire now, and also the second base umpire.
I think so. I said, I think so.
Be interesting to see whether he's disputing whether that was a catch or not.
He had the best view out there.
I wish we could get a second look at it, but we don't have video review, unfortunately, in the IBL.
Second base umpire made that call. He was rushing as far as he could out there, and he's still pretty far away when he made the out signal. Not sure what Matlow hopes to get out of this, because it's tough to review that call.
Brad McQuinn is due up, and then Kinesi Ejo. McQuinn and Ejo combined 0 for 7 tonight. Wow, this is really huge with the Baycats down by a run. What would be the potential tying run. Carson Burns gave that ball a ride. And I guess we won't know for sure until we can get home tonight and take a look at it on the replay. But to me, naked eye, I didn't think that he came up with a catch, I'll be honest with you. Now we're looking at it through the rain and through the mesh backstop here. It's ruled a catch, and there's 1 out. Brad McQuinn, 2 strikeouts and a ground out tonight. First pitch for Mendez. McQuinn fouls it away. If you missed it, the Baycats were 1 strike away from winning this game, 2-1 in the 9th inning. Brad Grieveson on the mound. 2-run homer by Carlos Martinez with 2 strikes to put Welland on top, and now a chance to tie this series at 2. Here's the pitch on the ground. Smybert charges, throws, in time for the out.
McQuinn made that play way closer than it probably should have been. Strong speed of his. Through those 2 outs, it's nice to see the Baycats eager to swing at Mendez's pitches, and had good timing. The first time they faced Mendez, they really seemed blown away by his velocity. But after seeing him a few times this season, it seems like despite the lack of success, they are getting used to seeing his pitches.
Kinesi Ejo has been a hero for the Baycats time and time again this season. This is the biggest at bat so far right now. Down 3-2, bottom of the 9th, 2 out. Mendez deals. Outside for a ball. 94 on the radar gun from Davy Mendez. This guy brings the heat. The right-hander kicks, deals. Inside, ball 2. Ejo can get on. Obviously an important base runner. Royce Ando, who's 4 for 4, is on deck. How important is it here for Kenise Ejo just to get on base and keep this 9th inning alive? You got your best hitter of the game standing in the on-deck circle. Mendez to Ejo. Swing and a miss. 93, couldn't catch up to it. 2-1 the count.
Ejo put a good swing on that one, just unable to make contact.
A blistering fastball by Davy Mendez. 2-1. Fouled away, and now the Jackfish a strike away from tying this series 2-2. It's amazing how one inning, one batter, one pitch can totally change the momentum of a series. And the Welland Jackfish are hoping to see that through to fruition here tonight. Bottom of the 9th. 2-2 for Mendez. Strike 3! We have a series. The Welland Jackfish have tied it up against the Barrie Baycats 2-2 here in the 2023 Intercounty Baseball League Championship Series.
Yeah, heartbreaker for the Baycats in the 9th inning. They were a strike away, and after a dominant performance by Frank Garces on short rest, the Baycats can't quite get it done. But it's a tie series, Game 5 tomorrow in Welland.
When the rain came, the tide turned, and the Jackfish in the 8th inning on the strength of a 2-run home run in the 9th by Carlos Martinez were able to pull ahead and take the lead and hold on in the bottom of the 9th inning for a victory here tonight over the Barrie Baycats. So this series will continue tomorrow night in Welland, 7:25 first pitch for Game 5, and then Game 6 right back here in Barrie. And we know for sure now that will be a game. Game 6, Saturday night here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Series tied at 2 for all of us here at Baycats TV. I'm Ben Davy. Good night from Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater.
That will be a game.
That will be a game.